Hi, I'm Sheer, and I know we just met, but can I ask you a personal question? You hate Excel, don't you? It's okay, you can be honest with me. I used to hate Excel too. In fact, I spent more than a few sleepless nights staring at my spreadsheets and pretty much doing the following. Coño! Carajo! Hijo de puta! Tonto del culo! Me cagan todo lo que se menea! Ah, the things you'll learn while dancing salsa in New York City. But I digress. It does not have to be this way. In fact, picture this. You show up to work on a Friday morning. It's early, you're tired, the caffeine hasn't quite kicked in yet. But it's all good because you know in the back of your mind that as soon as you get home, you're going to kick back on the couch, open a bottle of Chardonnay, and watch some good old-fashioned Boy Meets World reruns. Ah, TGIF, how I've missed you. But just as you're settling in and you're reacquainting yourself with Corey, Sean, and Mr. Feeney, you hear the most obnoxious noise in the world. You have 157 new unread messages. Ugh. At the top of the list, you have a message from your boss with the word urgent in the subject line. This cannot be a good sign. Please make the following changes to the TPS report no later than Monday morning. Oh, and be sure to put the right cover sheet on it this time. Whew. Had this happened a few months ago, you would have felt probably something like Princess Leia after Grand Moff Tarkin gives the order to destroy the home planet of Alderaan. You may fire when ready. What? Instead, you feel like Luke Skywalker. Instead, you feel like Luke Skywalker after firing the proton torpedoes that destroy the Death Star. Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million. Ah, yes. After all, as a newly anointed Excel Jedi, you know that all you have to do is change one column in your spreadsheet, create a new report using pivot tables, and then add a few interactive charts just for extra effect. You show it to your boss a few hours later and pick up a bottle of Chardonnay on the way home. 1 week later, you get a promotion, and oh, by the way, a $10,000 raise. End dream sequence. Believe it or not, this is not fantasy. This is reality for my students, but only the ones that apply themselves. But how is this possible, you might ask? Well, I have spent literally thousands of hours teaching hundreds of students this material. How do I know that, by the way? Guess which tool I'm using? Excel, obviously. It starts with, I'm going to give you a hint, starts with Microsoft and ends with Excel. I may have just given it away, but that's okay. There's a plane going on right now. It's fucking annoying. Ugh. Pardon me. All right, cool. Where was I? I spent literally thousands of hours teaching hundreds of students this material. And in the process, I have made pretty much every mistake in the book, and then some. But you know something? The lessons I learned from every single one of them have been invaluable. I have found the secret shortcuts to success that no other Excel teacher wants you to know about, because quite frankly, it would put them right out of a job. This fucking plane is so loud. Can you guys hear that? Just in the middle of it, too. I am here to give you those shortcuts. Think of it this way, right? I suffered so that now you don't have to. One more thing before I go. Ooh, this is tough. If you think you're going to be a passive learner and, just sit back and relax and watch this Excel series, I suggest you go to Blockbuster and rent the latest version of Wizard of Oz. I hear it's really good in 3D. It's pretty good popcorn. Wash it down. Surprisingly good popcorn, by the way. Cheddar. That was a weird noise. Otherwise, you can go grab a beer as I'm about to do, and we can start our very first lesson. Cool? Cheers. What's that? What? Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore? When the hell did this happen? That sucks. What am I going to watch now? What's that, Netflix? I don't know what the hell that is. Alright, I better get up on the times, I suppose. Otherwise, you can go grab a peach iced tea as I'm about to do, and we can get our first lesson started. Otherwise, you can grab a wine, as if wine is just an item. Otherwise, you can grab a bottle of wine as I'm about to do, and we can start our very first lesson. Otherwise, you can grab a, is it a schooner of whiskey? Otherwise, you can grab a glass of whiskey as I'm about to do, and we can get started on our very first lesson. Otherwise, you can go grab a shot of tequila as I'm about to do, and we can get started on our first lesson. Don't grab tequila. Bad idea. Otherwise, you can go grab a Shirley Temple as I'm about to do, and get started on our first lesson. No alcohol and Excel. They do not mix. Yeah, I don't know what else there is. Otherwise, you can go grab a... What is some really crazy thing? Otherwise, you can go grab a Jaeger bomb as I'm about to do, and we get... Otherwise, you can go grab a Jaeger bomb as I'm about to do and get started on our very first lesson. Ooh, that's good. Whew. Whew. And we're good. Cheers. Hola. Carajo.